Here we go. I totally didn't forget to stream after passing the out this morning. Alright. Here we go, back to the thingy. Back to Inazuma. I was playing with my friend earlier. That's why I'm on start.
Ancient alchemy truly is.
Yeah. Also, sometimes when the streams be separated, as always, for like random numbers, if all you had noticed. Literally, sometimes it'll be 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, whatever. Most of the time it's 0.5 actually, I think, when I just go back and re-edit the names. Why do I go back and re-edit the names? No. I guess I'm lazy. I gotta change it to suit the thing more.
Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear.
Yeah.
As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
I knew we could count on you.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
Tatari, what now?
Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
Nah. Leroy okay.
Huh. So it's an underground warehouse.
Where in the world is this?
The force is definitely coming from down below.
May the force be with you.
The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely. Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
So, surely someone have noticed.
From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters. But most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside. If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry.
That's true.
Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
Yeah. I was actually gonna make a Persona 4 reference like a second ago, but I don't think it would fit now.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
So in the end, it was just a scare.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us!
So that's how I just felt boogeyman. It's been years, and I've just figured it out. Paimon told me. Anyways.
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy source left this place. 2 ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them.
Let's hurry, which is 2 words. We cannot afford to delay any longer. The longest sentence day.
Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is. Quiet your mind
let's move.
and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you too will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
I have something called elemental sight.
From this point, the trail appears to split into 2.
2 of them.
The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly. Quite possibly. Let's search the area.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely!
Something seems to be drawing your attention. Let's take a closer look.
Game's up. Time's up.
I'm not gonna have the ability to switch to either Japanese or English with certain characters. And such,
It's...
oh,
Ugh! Look at this red stuff! What is it?
that's what Shilon Ultimate song to Japanese one. I think that's like Dora Meta Meriki. Kind of tongue twister thing.
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look. According to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
Literally, the only thing I was thinking about would the ink being bone dry, like it was me a couple of days ago. Remember that yokai watch scene where the robot cat, which I really should actually try to remember, or at least search up a bit, because I think that is Jibanian, but in the future, but that come back in the past. I don't know, but it's just like the ability to like just write with that ink and then like set a certain time in the past. That's when Bear had do a test, and it was like a yokai that basically was lucky, except for that one moment where it just doesn't be that lucky. So it's hit you. I don't know why they... I mean, I know why he penned it, actually, the letter, because it's ink.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us.
Dang!
Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here.
Hey yo, a man dead and they just have an option. They have more important things right now. Fam! I mean that kinda true. But I got dude dead. Let's ask the Tenryu Commission to do a search through the
Yes. Right now, we need to uncover some more important truths. If Ame no Mayuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Right, so let's get moving.
How did it come to this?
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, it seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant.
God dang it. That was actually kinda my fault. The delay.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time.
Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
It's the dude.
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before! What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Ame no Mayuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Ame no Mayuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
I knew it, the blade.
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa, whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means to affect, or rather, as a means to occupy Ame no Mayuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishi as a descendant of the Kaedehara clan. You should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
So Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you. And by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun!
Huh?
Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me!
How the Yay! I kinda wish I get this dude though.
Time to go.
Oh wait, Hiniwata.
We shall rewrite history!
Busted.
This means you're frozen in time.
Next on the agenda.
We shall rewrite history!
Alright, history is your gone.
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
There will be... Then we'll smash you into pieces.
The end result is the same! I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger! And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure. By any means necessary, and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Amenoma Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you?
That what you make out to be?
On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Amenoma Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal!
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life. Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
You...
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Ooh.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
You're dealing with a cursed blade that can possess
This is the
people.
only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the blade's puppet. The cursed blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya fell prey to it, Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
But even so...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me. We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
It's not like I can stop you.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now, take me in your hand.
That blade kinda look cool though. I still kinda wish I get Kazuha. Klee good, but Kazuha.
Kazuha?
The blade.
I'm okay.
But I had to do the heals for a long time,
I
so
felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment.
I'll
It's
try
all
and
right.
get Kazuha soon.
So far, this was as I expected.
If something feels off, let me know immediately.
I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Wait a minute. Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild. Since the Takatsukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
That should fit the bill.
All right. Please lead the way.
What about Amano Mayuya? What should we do with him?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine. Just be careful.
Alright, where am I supposed to go? Oh god, it's up here. Wait, isn't that the same place me and Raiden had went? Raiden. From Metal Gear, wait, Metal right. I just know Rising Revengeance. Metal Gear.
We're way
Rising-
behind schedule.
Yeah, I think it's Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Yeah, I think I'll be able to use Kazuha anyways. Alright. Showtime. Wait, hang it. I forgot. Anyways. What? It's only me. It's only he. Ganyu! Oh wait, what was my team of called? Ganyu! Yelan! Klee! No! Alright, weapon. This thing. Wait, what was he using before? I'm confused. Boosting. C3. 8, 11, 8. 8, 11, 8. And... why the heck do I feel like I know that? That is always... hang on, give me a second. What blade does he have? He's usually blade fast. And so thanks me for not, well past me for not using his sword. What was that? I can't see. Is that a lion's roar? I think so. We could chop it up to a lion's roar if we can. Wait, when a normal charge or plunge, how do we get this blade then? Because it's probably just an event thing. Wait, it's not an event. But I wonder how we just get this weapon though, because like it look cool. Look at that, and like the aura, sick. When a normal charge or plunging attack hits an opponent, it will release an ancient acute spirit dealing AoE damage equals to 180 of attack and restores 100 of attack as HP. What? That can heal? This effect can only be triggered every 8 seconds. The damage done by this weapon wielder is decreased by 50%. The damage done by this weapon's wielder is decreased 50. What? That's like this sword. Oh, I can't even. What? How come I'm not able to? Okay. But 50%. Oh my god.
Leave everything on this journey to me.
Hello. Yeah,
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
okay, yeah, I should have get
Okay?
Kazuha.
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
You know, it'd be kind of cool. Like he just give it back to the dude. He just give it back to the dude. I was just like, what is he saying? He's like, why did you give me back to him? He's like, oh, we just wanted to hear you talk. But oh, how are you feeling?
Time to go. It's my lucky day.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, everybody, look at me. I'm up in here.
To the very finally, let's get
One
down
with
to
wind and
business.
cloud!
To the very height. To the very finally height.
Whoa, something's up with the blade.
It's grown dimmer.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to Amanome Yuya?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
Oh, you can talk to Kazuha. Oh yeah, next reason now I actually wanted this dude is because literally just wait. No, I don't think I have it. Oh my god.
Time to go.
No, over here.
That won't work.
The wind knows me.
I'm ready.
One with nature.
That hurts!
Trust me.
Send over.
Time to go.
Wind strike.
I'm ready.
Nope.
That's Kazuha. I am Kazuha.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk.
What? Come on. He looks like he's about to break.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy.
Though the truth is right there in front of him.
I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Shush, I'm listening.
There they are. Take them down.
Eh?
Where do they keep coming from?
You shouldn't fight with this blade anymore.
Yep. We can help this time.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
Oh, this was the blade we was using before. This is a tree star. Okay. On hit has a 50% chance to deal 240 attack damage. A single opponent can only have good. This is the first time I've actually seen a child character with tree star, with that tree star weapon. I mean, I think.
It's a lucky day.
Wait, I think I just disrespected the dude. He was just like, it's more or less the same. Damn. That tree star weapon though.
This will do.
It's fine. Into the wind.
It's over. You win this battle.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
Ouch.
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything.
Oh wait, no wait, wait.
This blade has traveled the land with me for many years.
Oh, never mind.
And we have formed a close bond during that time.
Oh no.
Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art.
Yeah, he countered the Shogun with that
There is
blade
something
like that.
else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenome Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things. When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange
Wait a
dimension.
minute, that's a chest day.
It was somewhere I've never been. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were warped by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes, it is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
Nice. Mine. Hello there.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my fortune like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numbed the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Amenoma Yuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too?
Yay.
Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Amenoma Yuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
That'll be kind of cool, like the Kazuha will canonly have that blade. And like, I don't know, it's like how Traveler and Paimon is. I mean, not Paimon go on, not like the blade go on talk, but like he have like a buddy to be with.
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions.
Not thinking of something, probably the blade go and get destroyed. And I'm gonna bother then. But that would be kind of cool. Like, like somehow the blade get refined or something.
You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. You must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
You gain consciousness, you have to
I see.
Explain it, yep.
He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryo Commission.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
God damn it. Sense of ceremony. That's basically what we said. Wop 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 wop. Rain is falling, god dang. What? Oh, right.
We're way behind schedule.
Okay, yeah, I can teleport in. Oh wait, who remember that old map glitch that used to happen? Where the map, like when you exit off the map will still show a piece of it. You can still walk around and I think the thing will be updated? I don't know. But yeah, I remember that map glitch. That it was kind of cool. You just need to open the map again to. You just need to open the map again to open it fully and then close it back, and it'll go back. And then one of my favorite glitch, enter cutscene with the camera, boom. That's still my favorite glitch. I don't think it is a glitch, but it's more like everybody will stop when the camera thing.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash.
That was a much more relaxed occasion.
Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin art, Kaedahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenoma Yuya.
Ooh, I like that. I like the little. Okay.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
Ooh. God damn it, I thought it was gonna be a cutscene. What did cutscene part to this thing?
One with nature.
I guess. Jeez, this dude have a lot of health.
Time to go. Into the wind.
Ow. Weapon. Oh, it's the same thing as before, just the weapon losing the whole aura. God dang! Attack 0.0. What? Wait, hang on. Does that the same stuff stats? Yeah, same decrease. Wait, when a normal charge upon an attack hits an opponent, it will release a spirit dealing. Wait, what? Oh, you don't have no healing! Well,
Cloud's high.
Cloud.
The birds call. Wind strike.
I will strike you down here and now. Ganyu appears.
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
Whoa! He just possessed. I mean, kinda. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he kinda possessed him. Nah, he allowed him to possess him.
You need not seek my forgiveness, nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
Oh, crab.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go there for?
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
Oh no. Watch it be some kinda. Oh crap. Watch it be some kinda like, hey, yo, let me just possess you there real quick. And if one, I don't know, he break himself. Nah, Kazuha had more, he allowed him to, I think, so I don't think he's strong. But something's about to happen. I think he saw my break, or he would like be like, hey yo fam. As I was smelted so long ago, and I wanted to come to Inazuma. Just break me here fam. Just bear me somewhere. Watch it be like that. Oh no, watch it be like
It's Yuya! You have returned!
No, watch it be like the little bit of wherever I was holding him together, and then he was just like, finally, I am done. And then just shatter.
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
A prized Ishin blade. Turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji, from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency, tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Really?
Ooh.
Is he okay?
Yes. Badly wounded, but he will live. And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
Oh god, don't do it. I mean, but I mean, I would. What would I do in that situation? A blade that basically take control of everybody. I mean, you have plenty of people, and plus the traveler could stop him, so I guess it'll be fine.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use